Hello, I am Ethan James Sayer, otherwise known as EJS, known otherwise. Today I'm gonna do a little long, boring, but true video about the history of the Siege Xbox team and who we've played with for fun, pro squad, and first, wait a second. The game disc. Siege came out a beta from 2013 for the official alpha and beta 2014, and it came out in 2015 for play. Next year in 2016 they started year 1, 17, 18, 19, year 2, 3, and 4. I'm coming up on this next year for year 5. But a little something, I started playing Siege around the Operation Health, which was the year 2 season 3 only patch where they haven't added new operators in 4 years, and it was mostly to like fix the game, you know. But I started playing around then. I played it at my old house before I moved out to around early September or early August, September 2017, and I played it 2 or 3 times. Didn't really know, just played it by myself. Not really much to say there, but I moved in the new house September 2017, I believe. September 2017. This was my start of 2 months almost into 7th grade at my middle school, and for a long time I only knew a few people on Xbox that I hung out with. Some were, you know, online, some went to a few other local schools, and one guy was from like another city in my state, but it was crazy. So I started playing, and only at the time I knew Luke Morales and Kayla Mendez to have Xboxes, and I played with. And honestly, I didn't play with them all the time. I made a lot of online friends that I might still have friended, but I might not either, because I just gotta, you know, if in my mind I gotta limit how many friends I have on Xbox, because sometimes it's like, it's still high now, it's like 180, and some are like people's like backups or just for fun other accounts, or just old ones that can't be logged into anymore, you know, something like that basically. But so I started playing with Luke Morales and Kale Mendez. They were still to this day, Luke Morales, he's a Jake Muristic, Jake Muristic, and Caleb, he's had a few names over the years, but at the time, he's the one that got me into Siege for sure. His name was Grand Knave 37089. He was my first friend that I knew in real life to play Xbox with me. We played Minecraft mostly. A little Halo. Well, no. Maybe a year and a half passed by before I got him Halo for his birthday, which was really cool. But this is where I start the story. At my new house, I played maybe above 90% of the time I played Siege in my bedroom. And I started on Cartoon Guy Jim, where this is my dad's account, but this Xbox is the original first day it came out, right there, right here. And I don't know, it was the original one, so that's what I played on mostly, and I still do in here, and it still works. It's like 2014-ish, I want to say, so it's like 5 years, almost six years, which is pretty impressive. But I started getting to the groove. So, like, even when I was for 9 months, I was like silver play, copper play, bronze play, and before I start this, I'm sorry if I like exaggerate myself in my video or show bias towards anyone or myself. or like brag is what I want to say. Be too selfish, but what I have to say is what I have to say. And yeah. Started playing around that time, late 2017. September, I definitely got started into the game. This was about Blood Orchard now, going into White Noise, and be straight up, these were two of my favorite seasons because they were my first ones. And then we got on to start year 3 early, and now we're at the last season of year 4. So it's been a good journey for me. I played and grinded a lot. I started this is when I was taking 12-hour sleeps too, when I was asleep because I was growing, and it was I wouldn't say perfect, but crazy timing for me that it occurred, and I started making friends, started playing, and I even made a backup account, Xbox King George 1, and eventually made others, but this is where I started to play with other friends I knew, from school or city or whatever. I kept playing with Luke Morales, Caleb Mendez. I started playing, I want to say, middle or early season. Definitely the same time I started with also Braden Estes, Prayan or Bray 917, and Julian Baryon, Thresh XP Hunt 7. And I don't know, we had a good squad, honestly. And we started playing a bunch, but over the summer, we had the same squad going on for a really long time. 7th grade, it was most of the same people. A few of someone's online friends and a few others. And I didn't play much else that year in 2017 to early 2018. And in the summer, we got to know one other person named Cooper Reynolds. He came from another elementary school, but he was at our middle school and at our high school now. We're only freshmen, by the way. And Laughing Lemon 33. We had a good squad because Julian, he was also a PC gamer, so he had a Switch. Whenever I wanted him to get on, he would. And actually his PC, that's fine. I respect that, you know? You choose whatever console you want, but most of the craze these days seems to be on PC with Siege leaning without aiming, all of that crap. So we had a pretty good squad. We did some ranks together, and that's when I started picking my role summer 2018 for what ops I wanted to play. And even at the time and still now, I'm a pretty flexible guy, although I prefer operators at certain times more than others to play in certain sites and crap. But I feel like I could play any role, and usually, here's where I'm gonna brag. So this day I started being top fragger, where I played the roles even if they were hard support, hard flex, just top fragger play, mostly flex. I would play anyone, but for any situation, any gadget, any guns. And I would be usually top kills, even low deaths, so I had a pretty good KD ratio. And this is where I suddenly had a jump from playing copper and silver to a hard gold play constantly. And around this time, or late to middle to late 2018, I started playing more on my Cartoon Guy Ethan account, which is my original account for me, because it's my name and crap. So I started using that, and something caught on. I was just, my aim was getting better. My nap knowledge was getting better. Honestly, from the get-go, I learned the cams, and I can persistently get every cam right on the map, maybe except one that's in and out of casual mix, Bartlett, or just whatever happened to that map. And this is where I don't know, something just clicked. Like, I was watching all the Pro League events too. I started watching and I was getting really into it. I was like, yeah, that's cool, you know? But also, we met a few new people. Early, they're not met, but maybe, yeah, but also played with a few more people. Jack Tuttle, Reptile King 7887, or no, Bender 7887. He got his Xbox because he would come over and play here when he didn't have one early in the 8th grade school year, 2018. So he would play here, and he finally got his Xbox. He started playing, and to this day, he's not a horrible player, but he's still getting better. I don't know. He's not usually top frag or low frag, but he's middle sometimes. You know, when he gets the hard carry, he's a good like match starter. He can get. He's one of those people that like, except Julian at the beginning of a match, he's really good, and at the end, Jack's, or no, he's bad or not bad, but he's not showing up, and Jack's not as good, better at the start, and then lower here where Julian's like he gets better forward. And honestly, through me, I've been a flip flop. Just who I'm versing, who my teammates are, what map, what site, defense or attack, all that crap. What op I'm playing. Just that consistent stuff. Now this is starting to get into late year 3, early year 4. The year pass. And it was getting better, you know? But we started to play with even more people. This is the crazy thing. I have a list on my phone, but I'm not going to get that out. We still had a pretty consistent squad of people, the same 6. We played some with Luke's friends on Siege, but otherwise it wasn't that many people. And then around December we started to, or no, Levi, he got his first Xbox, and he started hanging out with us in 8th grade. And honestly, he actually came from a really good Platinum 3 perspective from PS4, so he was getting good with that. And also, while I was, well, the transfer for him was easy, but while I was getting better, right on my back was Braden and Bray917, also later Praying, as I made an account cartoon with a 7. He was getting pretty good, man. I mean, we would have, like, in our custom games against each other, there would be moments, and I always feel like I had the edge for him because I hit Platinum twice before he hit it once. So I don't know, but when we were consistent, I kept track, and I would usually have an upper edge on him because I started before. He basically had his talent on playing 1 or 2 ops on each side of the spectrum of like 24, 25 ops on defense and attack, where I could be flexible, and then I had good aim and more map knowledge. I mean, it's kind of raises the question: would you rather have a good flex support player, or would you rather have a fragger on your team, or like a set of 4 and you, whatever you are, or a set of 4 and you? That was the question. And around this time, December, we were getting really things mixed, and we Cooper stopped playing with us around the month before, November, which was okay. You know, we had the same AB class this year or last year, but differences in games, I guess. He wasn't the biggest player. This is when we met Chris Rossetti, some Solis, started playing with him, Jeremy, and a lot of other good players. And I'll get to it now because there's a lot more going on. Brandon, Luke, 7th grade had a rough relationship, and then I don't know. It seemed like there was always drama in our friend group. Even the people at school that like didn't have Xbox or didn't play, all of our friend group, it just consistently there'd be one-on-one, and it was crazy almost. You know, it is crazy. And Luke got kicked out once by Caleb. Caleb kicked No, then Braden brought him back. Braden kicked him like a week later, and then 2 months later brought him back, and then I want to say around February, March time of 2019, late eighth grade school year, he they left, so they weren't part of our friend group anymore. And honestly, till then, the ones out were here, and some other online players, and I don't know. There's probably some people I'm missing, but this was the main core. So Luke and Braden left. Um, it was interesting because at the end I was really close to Luke, which wasn't the opposite. Although I invited him to a sleepover here and a birthday party at this tennis club on the other side of town. So we were close at the end. Actually, out of anyone, I would feel like he would. The closest he said would be me, even, you know. And then Braden was the opposite. We weren't close, you know. But he was close with Levi, and Levi wasn't close with Luke's. And Caleb was somewhere in between, and Jack didn't like either. And then I'm pretty sure everyone was against Luke, so that's why they left. And we started doing 5v5s against. Well, we did one with Braden and his brother once, and Cooper, but this is different. Once we played with next testing game against Jeremy and his friends, Science Wing, where we was known as PolaR, because that's the area where we hang out at school. We went against them once. Braden, or no, just Luke. No, we were still with Braden. Crap. I'm going ahead a little bit for my stories, and we lost to 2-0 that one. Played 3 maps for fun, but I was still consistently bringing up scores for our team, and still to this day, everyone's like Ethan with the hard carry. It's like, thank you, but I'm not even playing frag ops. Maybe 75% of the time I am, but 25 I'm not. Habana, still powerful gun. AR, Thermite, same thing. IQ, she's pretty hard frag, I'll be honest, but I like playing her, and Zafia, and Jackal, and whoever on defense. Pulse, I love Pulse. C4 from below, that's just, I like that more now. But back then, I don't know, we basically did just custom games off the Pro League maps and crap. But here we go now. This is getting into the summer. We're playing with a few more online peeps we know. It's getting fun. And then this kid that I had in my 7th grade math class, Ben, I didn't know him that well, but I saw him once during the 8th grade school year, and we hung out. And then this time he had a Donatello as his profile picture. Golden Panda 819 Ben. Jack asked if we should play with him. He doesn't have many friends to play with, and he had 1 or 2 or 3, but what? No, he's right. It wasn't a lot. Where we had like 6 to 8 people maybe, even if we didn't know them all, or we used to or whatever. But so we started, and then his friends, Day 22, IE, and NDR Dragon, Noah Reyes, and David Gar, very cool peeps. They were friends with him, and they had the profile pictures of the Ninja Turtles too, and it was awkward, like meeting new people even across Xbox. And I've still met these 2 in real life now. And I don't know, we all started playing, and we were getting along, and we were doing good. Honestly, we were doing pretty well. And now we're still consistently playing with Jeremy and Chris off and on, because he wasn't always on. You know, this summer stuff. I don't know what he did really, football or whatever. And then late summer, we started playing with one of Noah's new friends, Nico. Or not new, but see, they all went to Cole, but these other 3 guys are a year behind us at this middle school still, 8th grade. All were freshmen, but it was cool. Around this time, Levi's not playing as much. During summer, definitely. But coming up, he's not, although he's still a beast on Siege. I skipped the first Siege tournament because that was kind of a blast. All 3 of us tied for first, 3 of us tied for last. That was in 7th grade, middle 7th grade, December break, Christmas break. Nothing really there. But here we go. So Advanced Trace 1, Nico. started playing with him too. And now it's in the school year. We're consistently playing. Julian's not so much. His family owns a restaurant now, which is cool. Caleb's definitely high shoe. Is getting better. For sure. He's like the first one or two besides Levi, although we didn't know him the long. I've known him the longest playing the game. This game. Rainbow Six Siege. And his birthday's coming up soon. It's cool too, man. It's rad, man. It's gonna be mental. I'm sorry, I'm kind of delirious. But he's better. He's like 30 levels above me still. And even though ranks, KDs, win-loss, statistics still say him better, he's played longer. Which is, I respect that, man. You know, I respect that. That's cool. And we had consistent strategy. See, this is like season late 3, now 4 for sure. And around this time, Robbie Cannon, a few friends, you know, leave, I guess, just other interests, which is fine. Still get along and we see each other. Xavier, like not too long ago, Sebastian, also a newcomer but getting better quickly, and those two started playing Xbox, which is very cool. And then lately, we started playing with Chunky Monkey, Ethan, another Ethan, but Elizondo, Blazing Donut, which is Antonio Galvin, and Party Reese, who's Reese Fang, and started playing with them, and it's fun. And then also the Last Fury, which is Nick, I don't know his last name, but he also goes to our school PE class. Same cool guy. And we had a R6 tournament like 3-4 weekends back, and we brought his camera. We played in this room, the office. The spectator room was in the living room, and there's 6 people. It was me, Seabass, Julian, Caleb, Levi, Jack, and Antonio came for whatever. My mom wasn't here. My dad kind of helped everything, and I'm not gonna lie, I won that. I went undefeated, but the very first match I went against was Levi, which was a 4-0 sweep, which I was suspecting would be the least, like, originally the closest game when we originally invited Ben, but we found out he couldn't come at last, so we invited Julian for a replacement, which worked, and he came in 4th because he lost to Caleb in relegation, although I don't know. But Levi won all 4 matches after he lost the first one to me, so he came in 2nd, 4-1. Julian, Caleb, and Jack had a 3-way tie, 2-3 record for somewhere from 3rd to 5th. And out of wins, the wins to losses in their matches were both all 8, because 4 you had to get were 8-2, 8-2, 8-5. So Jack had the worst, so we put him 5th. And then because we couldn't do it originally when Caleb beat Julian, Julian beat Jack, Jack beat Caleb. We couldn't, that wouldn't work. We didn't know how to decide that. And then Caleb, so he beat Julian, he had the advantage, so he got the 3rd place. And we all got chippies, and then there's pictures to all this crap. And sadly, Seabass got last. I mean, he's a newcomer to the game, so we'll just see where it takes him. He's definitely getting better. The COD tournament won. There's only been one, but planning future 2nd. He got 2nd out of 6, and we all thought he would get dead last or 5th, because we knew he had Battlefront experience, which is like aim too. So we thought that would be cool. He wouldn't do as well, but it was a fun tournament overall. But that's kind of our siege story. If there's anything I'm missing, I'm gonna post this on YouTube, so put it in the comments down below. I'll definitely be reading and responding those. I know I missed some stuff, and I was speaking all facts today, and it's about to reach 25 minutes. So thank you, Cartoon Guy Ethan. Love y'all, all the homies, Bros 4 Hoes. Bye.